Good morning. It is Monday, August 7th. I'm Maura Curran from the Select Board. Welcome to our weekly update. I wanted to take a moment to thank the Chamber of Commerce for hosting a wonderful Heritage Days weekend. Lots of crowds out there, people having a really great time. Thank you for all the efforts. It really was a wonderful weekend all around. And I also do want to thank the DPW, the police department, and the fire department for all their efforts as well. It certainly is a community effort to pull that off, and I know people had a great time, great music and great fun. This week we have several meetings coming up. Tonight there's a Conservation Commission meeting. It begins at 6 p.m. and that is Zoom. We have our Select Board meeting tomorrow evening that starts at 6:30, and the Planning Board is also meeting on August 10th at 6:30. So just check our website for other meetings that are taking place because it's a busy week for everybody. I did want to call out a special community event that's taking place this Friday, August 11th, at the Harbor Community Building. It is a luminaria gathering hosted by Stride and other community organizations in response to recent events and really to promote love, inclusion, and trust within our community. So if you can join that, it starts at 6 p.m. at the Harbor Community Building, which otherwise known as the old Pier 44, and they will walk down with candle lights down to the museum beach. So thank you to all who are hosting that. And with that, I will turn it over to Jim Boudreau, our town administrator. Jim?
Good morning. Lots to go over today. I can't believe it's August, but here we go. Water update. The reservoirs are plus 1.5. Last week we were +2. Tack factory plant is also plus 1.5. Last week we were also at plus 1.5. Just to give you a comparison, last year, the same week, the reservoir was minus 39 inches and Tack Factory Pond was minus 9 inches. So we're doing much better this year. We ask you to please do continue to conserve water. We have another month of the summer to go. Usage was up this week. We're at 1.742 million gallons per day, which is about the highest we've seen it since the beginning of July. So trending up, we ask you to please consider conserving and keep conserving water. Rainfall the last 7 days was 1.3 inches measured at the plant. Residents will begin receiving their water bills shortly. The base rate and usage rates were increased by 2% fiscal year 2024. The differential between Tier 2 and Tier 3 was increased from 60.6% to 100%. The differential between Tier 3 and Tier 4 was increased from 40% also to 100%. Households that have consumption over 3,000 cubic feet will see a material increase in their bills. So the more you conserve, the less increase you will see in those bills. To offset that increase, we have our appliance rebate program in effect. Details on the town website. If you buy a water efficient washer or dishwasher, you can get $250 back from the town. Or if you install a Smart Sense toilet, you can get $150 back from the town. Details, forms on the website. So we please ask you to take advantage of those. That is being funded through the water department and will be available until those monies run out. So please take advantage early. And we do hope we go through all the money that we have set aside for that program. Lighthouse renovations, the lighthouse team for the town will be in tomorrow night to give the board an update on the lighthouse reservations. As people know, the lighthouse is missing its first 4.5 feet, taken down from where the lantern room was. We took that down because we couldn't find good material between the inner and outer bricks to put the new concrete dome that'll support the lantern room onto it. We met with the contractor several weeks ago. We gave him a go-ahead to take down an additional 4 feet of the lighthouse in the hope that we will find good material to do what needs to be done. While they were working with the contractor to price that out, the team has come up with a plan that will negate the need to take down that 4.5 feet. It involves making some changes to the concrete dome. So we will have them in tomorrow night to explain to the board exactly what that is. It's going to be a much less expensive alternative, much faster, and the team thinks it's actually a much better alternative than what we're looking at. So that was delayed a little bit, but they'll come in tomorrow night. Not being an engineer, I don't want to get into too many of the details, but they'll be in to talk to the board about what I think is some good news about the lighthouse renovations. As we've mentioned, the lantern room is being fabricated. The steel has been put together. It is now being sent out to be galvanized. It'll go back to the factory. It'll be clad, and the windows will be put on, and that'll come out. So we are still looking for a fall completion date. Obviously, as the weather gets worse, we're going to have to get that done, but the contractor will come in. They should have a brand new schedule for us when they meet with the board tomorrow night. It is August, that time of year where Children start going back off to school, young adults start going back off to school, which means we will see a decrease in the lifeguards that we have available to staff our beaches. So the lifeguards will start going back to school, and beaches will stop being unmanned based on the following schedule. The last day of lifeguards at Egypt Beach will be August 11th, at Hummerock, August 18th, at Minus, August 25th, and Peggotty Beach will be Labor Day, September 4th. So the beaches are still open. The water quality tests have all come back good, but please be aware, starting this week, that those beaches will be unmanned going forward. DPW paving crews, also recreation, staying on recreation. The recreation brochure for fall of 2023 is available on their website. You can go peruse that now. Registration opens on August 31st at 9 a.m. Please be on time. A lot of those programs fill up in a couple minutes, so take a look now and get ready for that August 31st recreation registration opening. DPW crews will be on Highland Crossing this week. They'll also be on Country Way at First Parish. We'll also be doing some small jobs around town, so please be aware of where they are and where they're out. The contractor doing the I&I work is still down around Seymour and Maple, Harborview and Allen Place. They'll be there again this week and into next week. National Grid is in town. They will be all over town this next couple weeks doing tree work, trimming around the primaries. Last week they're on Old Logan Bucket. They'll be moving around quite a bit, so we don't have actual locations for them. But with all the road work going on around town, with the gas company work going on around town, with the National Grid work going on around town, just please be a little extra cautious driving around, because you will come into road work and job sites, and we want to keep everybody safe. So be aware that we do have multiple jobs going on around town today. Route 3A is still going. That's another major job construction site going on. That is the installation of the new raw water main from Old Oak and Bucket to Stearns Meadow. That is a multi-week project, so just, again, please take care on Route 3A. A lot of traffic there, a lot of work going on. We need everybody to stay safe. Finally, two good news. One from the library, they'll be in tomorrow night to announce that the Scituate Library Foundation has received a donation of over $150,000 from the estate of Gloria Negri. The gift marks the largest donation in the history of the Library Foundation. Gloria was a Scituate resident. She was a pioneer for women in journalism. She reported for the Boston Globe for more than 53 years. Her byline was a staple of the Boston Globe, where she covered the Apollo moonshots, political conventions, the civil rights tumult of the 1960s, and spent a year covering South Africa when it was still in the grip of apartheid. This is a wonderful gift. We want to thank the family and the foundation. They'll be into the board tomorrow night, the book, and actually thank them more formally tomorrow night. But the Library Foundation did ask that we announce that and let people know. Finally, congratulations to our finance team, Nancy Holt, Pam Avatabli, and the rest of the finance team. They have filed Schedule A with the state. Schedule A is a statement of revenues, expenditures, and other financing sources, uses, changes in fund balance, and certain balance sheet accounting that is required to be filed with the Commonwealth on an annual basis. We got our notice today. The number of communities that have not filed their Schedule A, 350. The number of communities that have an approved Schedule A, 1, the town of Scituate. So great job by Nancy and her team to get that done and get it in a timely manner, get us going on our next fiscal year. So thank you for that. And that is what I have for today.
Thank you, Jim. Well, that's great. Congratulations to Nancy and the team. And that gift is wonderful. So we look forward to speaking with them tomorrow night. I did want to close with one final request, which is we have a number of openings on all of our committees, and we have some wonderful committees in town. All the volunteers that work on them really keep the town moving forward. So if you're interested in participating in some civil work, it's a great opportunity to get involved in the town and help move different issues forward. So double check the website for committee boards and appointments application, or check in with the Board of Selectmen office and point you in the right direction. So thank you, and have a great week.